All right, we're just going to continue with the rapid flow open dialogue and continue. So it is so important to question all of our own judgments, our criticisms, and our excuses with curiosity. And it's also very important to recognize that anything that you admire or are envious of or long for, or anything that you feel like you disdain, you hate, that enrages you, that really frustrates you, news to you, babe, is anything that you envy or anything that you think that you hate, that is because somebody or something is triggering and reflecting and mirroring back to you an aspect of you that is undeveloped, not integrated, that is wounded, that is fractured, that is repressed, that has been ostracized, berated, punished, whatever it may be. And it's very important also to get in the topic of, and this isn't even one I put on here, but it's one I want to talk about a lot, is nurture versus neglect, and being exploited and being neglected and abandoned, being exploited versus being embraced is a really important topic that I want to talk about. And it's so important. This follows into why it's so important for us to have faith and belief in ourselves, why it's so important for us to first develop a foundational structural sense of self-worth that actually is encouraging, and that we believe that we have the right to exist, to breathe, to have our heart beating, to think, to have feelings and thoughts, etc., etc., etc. Because this world doesn't want us to really be conscious, creative beings. They don't want us to be critical thinkers, and we have all these amazing tools, but there are powers that be that want us to be diluted and distorted and disempowered and just be cogs in the machine and be consumers instead of being creators. And it's very, very important that we allow ourselves to intuitively awaken and become the conscious co-creator with nature, with the world, with the divine, with God, with Gaia that we are, because we all have a gift and a talent that we feel called to. But what we feel called to has hindrance and blockages that have been placed on them. Our expression that is our gift to the world, that is our greatest contribution, is also our biggest personal fulfillment. Like, basically the thing that we are meant to give the world, that is also what's meant to fulfill us most, is the aspect of ourselves, the parts of ourselves that have been diluted, berated, ostracized, repressed, oppressed, etc., etc. the most. Why? So that we can go on like the heroine journey of working through and overcoming and transcending and transmuting that. And it's not about hating the past or hating people. It's not about hating or resenting yourself or your parents or anyone that inflicted the trauma on you. It's actually, you get to a point where you're grateful for even all the trials and tribulations that you've gone through, because you realize the magic in the mundane. You realize the lesson and the blessing and the wisdom in every single thing that we go through. And let's move on.